Yes, hello everybody. How you guys doing? Thank you so much for joining in today. Um, it's my pleasure to really see you come back. You keep coming back, and like I say, this is a period where there are so many bloggers out there. There's so many channels transmitting exactly the same time that we are transmitting, but you choose to come and join us in what we're doing. So I truly appreciate you. I want to thank you very dearly. Now, if today is your first time on our channel, I know you've heard that 1,000 times, but I'm talking to people who today is their first time on our channel. I really want to appreciate you for tuning in. Do me a favor, make sure that you subscribe to our channel. I mean, the subscription is free. You don't get charged anything. Click on the notification bell while you are at it, and please leave us a comment, give us a thumbs up. The reason why we ask you to give us a thumbs up or leave a comment is because that helps YouTube to know that yes, people are watching our program, and they can keep sharing it. Money Martins, thank you so much. Tribunal G, if you don't want me to call your name or recognize you, maybe, okay, you know what? I don't know how to do it, but I just like to appreciate people when I see them. I don't read every comment, but sometimes I just read them. So I thank you guys. Today, please, what I'm going to say today is not a general consensus. No meeting has been held between anybody and they directed me to come and say what I'm saying. This is just a purely personal opinion. This is based on my experience. If you've been on my channel for long, by now you know the kind of person I am. You know whether I'm consistent in my thoughts or I flip-flop. You have every right to think I flip-flop, but I know I don't do so. I have consistently followed certain people, and that's what I keep doing. And so where I am today and the things that you see me say or do is based out of that experience. And today I am going to be talking about Kanu, Sowore Kanu presidency. Why do I say Sowore Kanu Sowore presidency? It's because some people are too petty. They are so petty to the point where even from the way you have arranged your poster, they will start judging you. I mean, you cannot believe it that some people will come and say, oh, why did you put one person before the other? It shows you prefer the other one before the other. Or why did you write this person's name before you wrote that person's name? There is no intentions. Nothing is intended. Whichever one you prefer, as you look at the name, flip it any which way you want. But I'm going to talk about these two people. And also, excuse me, why I also talk about these two people, also, I want you to know that I have a lot of respect for Chief Sunday Igboho, and I believe there's a role that he has been playing, very prominent role, and he has a very big role to play in. Remember, this is me and the way I'm thinking. I respect him, I acknowledge his efforts, but right now I want to focus on Omoyele Sowore and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. When I'm looking at if there was by chance an opportunity where real people, I mean real human beings inside that contraption called Nigeria are genuinely given an opportunity to make a choice about who should lead them going forward, that these are the two people that I have looked at, and I honestly believe that one of them should be the one leading the whole country. And okay, of course, you can leave your opinions by commenting, but don't start castigating me, don't start destroying me, although, like I say, you have a free will to do that. You have a right to do that. But also remember that this is my platform. I can also kick you out. But what I'm saying is, you have a right to think, Chidi, you are completely hopeless. Chidi, You have lost it. Chidi, you shouldn't even be thinking. No, you can't stop me from thinking. All you can do is say your own thoughts, provide your own opinion, provide your own solution. But for me, Dr. Chidi Nwanyanwumi, this is how I'm thinking in my head. I have scanned the whole people that I know. See, it is not by talk. I have seen people talk. Some of them can speak grammar more than anybody. I have seen people promise heaven and earth. I have seen people display their qualifications for us. But I need to see you and what you have done. I have gone back and I have studied all the people who have so far presented themselves as presidential candidates, and none of them comes even close to the standard I expect from somebody who will lead Nigeria from the place where it has found ourselves, from the place where it has found itself right. I'm not talking about before, I'm talking about right now, like in today where human life is nothing. I don't know, maybe it is me. I don't know if you are seeing what I'm seeing. Have you noticed that life doesn't mean anything in Nigeria? Have you noticed that they just kill people? How many videos? Maybe it's me because I'm in media and people just send me videos all the time. Maybe you don't see what I'm seeing. I'm not sure that you see what I see. If you see what I see, if you see the kind of videos that get sent to me, maybe it will begin to make sense to you. Maybe you begin to understand the situation that Nigeria finds itself in terms of insecurity, in terms of economy, in terms of education. Just you give me one aspect of what is going on in Nigeria that does not need urgent attention. And I have looked at all the people a lot of the people who are asking you to come and vote for them, they have been in government too. They have been eating and eating and eating. And yet, the only reason why they want to be voted for now is that they want to continue eating. Oh, don't worry. I'm going to break down for you the system of leadership that they have in Nigeria. You will see how people get to become president. You will see how people get to become governors. You will see how governors are succeeded by other governors. You will see the people that end up becoming members of House of Representatives in the states. You will see how people end up becoming councillors. How about how people end up becoming senators? Who ends up becoming senators? Have you thought of that? Who is the person who ends up becoming senator? How long has this happened? And who are the people who are right now in leadership? Where the hell are these people going to be able to lead you to? Or at the end of the day, is it really that truly Nigerians get what they deserve? And when I speak Nigerians right now in the context, I'm speaking about people from the southeast, people from the northeast, northwest, not north, not up, not down. For convenience, no matter how they've tried to divide the country, and based on the fake 1999 constitution or the previous ones. I'm talking about everybody. So when I say Nigeria, forgive me, that's what we're going to use for now, because I know some people don't like to be captured under that name, Nigeria. But every single bit of that country right now needs rescue. And who amongst them? But don't believe me, I'm going to play a video for you. This video is by an APC highly placed member, a woman, not even a man, but this woman is APC. I'm not telling you this woman is PDP. I'm not telling you that this woman is an AAC even. This woman is in the ruling party. She is in APC. But I need to hear you I need for you to hear what she is talking about. I need for you to see this woman tackle the federal government of Nigeria. When you hear her tackle the federal government of Nigeria, you will understand what I'm saying. Hold on one second. This is on Sahara TV. I want you to listen. Listen to what this woman has to say. Okay. Oh, Uchenna Chinonso, you already saw it. Thank you so much. Some people have already seen that video, but I need to play it here so that our guests will also hear what she has to say.
Every Nigerian, in his rightful sense, must be concerned. Not just because of the caliber of people that have reared their heads now for the presidential election, but because even the elections itself, the so-called democracy that we are supposed to be operating, is really not far from being democratic. It's far from being democratic because if you take demokratos, which is a Greek word meaning people's power, then how powerful have the Nigerian been? If you have a situation where you don't really partake in the selection of the candidate in the first place, and then after the selection of the candidates, we know how to use power is being usurped in this country. There are four main ways of usurping power. I don't say elections, because mainly you have the money bags, you have the police, you have the other instruments of coercion, and then you have the money bags. At the end of it, you have the courts to enforce this. So you can begin to talk of democracy in which people do not even have the right or the know-how. They don't partake in policy makings. Democracy is a system in which policy making that affects the lives of people are done by the people, either through selection or through their representatives. If you take the representatives that we have now in the country, say the National Assembly or the state assemblies are virtually made up of the house boys or house girls of the governors. They don't say anything. They are just followers of, they just endorse anything the governor brings. And this National Assembly, as it is presently constituted, is the worst National Assembly we have had in this country. They are supposed to check the excesses of the president. They are supposed to formulate laws that are beneficial to their constituencies, but they just sit. It's just about how they make money and how to please and appease the president. They just are waiting for the president to say jump, and they say how high. So even the democracy is in question, quite honestly. If you are talking of the rights of people to be involved in governance, there is no such thing as democracy as it is presently constituted. But let me go a little bit further. Most of the people that are rearing their heads today, you hear about power shift, you hear about restructuring, you hear about the North conceding power to the South, whichever part of the... Now, is that democratic? It is lazy. People who are calling for that are lazy. They know that they are politically irrelevant. They cannot make bridges. They are further fragmenting the country. You know, they are taking us back to regionalization of the country, the balkanization of the country. For what? And you get to understand that their only credential is that they have stolen so much money and they belong to a particular ethnic group. Is that democratic? Do people have a choice? And the whole lot of them do not have even the interest of the country. They are not even looking at the issues, the dire issues of insecurity, of a total breakdown of our economy, of the youth that constitute over 75% of the population of this country that have been abused, made redundant. They are not nurtured. They are not even part of any kind of, they are not even in governance. So in a situation where the youth, who are actually the energy source, who are actually they are the gauge through which you can judge any country. You know, their integrity, their intelligence, their wisdom is what gauges a country. But if you have a situation where over 80% of your youth are ill-educated, They have been turned into vagabonds. They are not even respected by either the government or the so-called elders. They don't even think in terms of their tomorrow, because posterity is dependent on posterity is the youth, actually. So when no one is looking at the situation of the youth of this country, when no one cares, when the youth have just been turned into cannon fodder for politicians, then you cannot talk of democracy. There's no such thing as democracy should be in the country.
So let's say you have to do an incredible.
All right. So that woman that you just heard from right now is a member of the APC, member of the ruling party APC. And did you hear all the things that she was talking about? That is just to paint a picture for you what the situation is all about. It says everybody is now talking because elections is coming soon. But what can you do? You see, time has come when we cannot be like an ostrich. We cannot be like you cannot avoid, and that is the mistake we make sometimes. You can't say, you know what, election doesn't concern me. It concerns you. It's not about you even contesting. It is not about you even voting. You can decide not to contest. You can decide not to vote. But I'm telling you, in one way or the other, that election will affect you. It will affect, as long as you still identify inside that region called Nigeria. You don't have to agree with the name. You don't have to, but as long as you still have something to do inside that location, inside that geographical location that is acknowledged by United Nations and other world bodies as Nigeria, you need to be concerned. But we make the mistake of saying, no, it doesn't concern us. We are not part of it. And things will happen. And so we're always reacting. I don't want us to just react. I don't want us to just wait till something happens and then we start running around and the people who cause it will just sit back and be laughing at us. Time now, we have to just get somebody to say, brother, we need to kill all the old people. I want us to keep talking, keep the discussion talking. Even what you said now, if you say it, somebody's going to ask, how do you want to do it? And then somebody will say, no, my brother, we can't do it this way. We can do it this way. But I understand what you're saying. Honestly speaking, if you think what you're saying is outrageous, it's not outrageous. It is not outrageous. The old people who have been killing people, sponsoring terrorists, they do not deserve to be alive. They don't deserve to be alive. So you may think that what you're saying is outrageous. It's not outrageous. It is not outrageous. I'm telling you, we have come to a point whereby people who have consistently murdered people, wasted lives in thousands, should be brought to book. They should be brought to the law. And if the law says that your punishment for killing people is death, then they should just be done with. It's time to talk tough. Not time to just fold our hand. Every day, insecurity, every day, they kill somebody. Every day they kill somebody. And Buhari will just get up and just say, oh, this insecurity. Just give a very, it's annoying. Somebody should tell the handlers of Buhari, they should just keep quiet. They should just keep quiet. Don't say anything anymore. Because when you talk, it is annoying. It is annoying the way you people speak now. In a case of a mass murder, which happens on a regular basis in Nigeria anyways, how you people speak, it is so annoying. You should not even open your mouth. You just keep your mouth shut. Grace Madu says, how do you talk of presidency when the 1999 constitution is still in place? So do you understand what I'm saying? I want us, because believe it or not, whether you like it or not, they are still going to conduct this election with this 1999 constitution. I'm telling you the truth. I'm the kind of person who wants to be there. You see, I keep telling people, it is more beneficial for you that you are inside the hall where they are going to do a meeting about you, about your people. So that when they say the one that does not favor your people, you say, hold on, excuse me, I don't agree for this one. No. So that you represent your people. It is worse for you if you stand outside the door when they have gone inside the hall to do a meeting about you, and you're outside carrying placard, carrying all kinds of things that you're going to destroy the people inside that meeting. And they finish the meeting, open the back door, they already left that place. And they did not even bring up your own case. They divided everything amongst the people who held the meeting. Guess what? When you finally break that door open, they've already gone. They've already gone. Then you begin to be angry, you begin to do everything, and later on you negotiate. And you have to find yourself inside that meeting that they did, that you were not there. So I'd rather be inside that place and say, oh yeah, make we talk. I too have a right here. No, this meeting is not ending till people argument. Put my case on the table. Let us vote. The same way you people are discussing about your own case, the same way, put my own there. Yes, it's better for me that I lost, seeing that my own case was decided. No. The constitution that you people are using for, I don't agree. Let's amend it. But do not say that you will not be part of the discussion at all. That's where I have a problem with our people. And that's why you see me talking about Sowore Kanu presidency. I don't want to keep quiet. I don't want to see them talking about Tinubu, talking about why. That's the only thing we have to talk. Pushing your own people, let them talk about you let them talk about your own people too now. If we end up not having the presidency, then we end up not having the presidency. You guys don't understand how rhetorics work. You don't understand that when you keep saying something, when people keep hearing something over and over and over, let me ask you now, there are so many songs that you have forgotten. You don't even remember how the song sounds again. Why? Because there are new ones that you keep hearing every day. Now, if somebody says, you're hearing it. When was the last time you heard somebody calling my name Shoki? Somebody, why? Because they keep playing they keep playing Okoroji in my ear. They keep playing Tinubu in my ear every day. They keep playing nonsense Atiku in my ear, Osibajo in my ear. I don't bloody want to hear these people. So let us plug in as we are fighting for Biafra, as we are fighting for Duduwa Republic. Let us not just keep quiet. Let us keep plugging in these names of our own people inside there. Because the truth is, that is what we want to be doing. Do you understand me? We are fighting for Biafra, but it is a Nigerian court that is trying Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. What are you going to do about that? He's not appearing before a Biafran court. He's appearing before a Nigerian court. The lawyers that are defending him according to the Nigerian constitution. What can you do about that? So there are things you can do at certain periods, and there are things you cannot do at certain periods. People don't like it when I talk like this. They don't want to hear this kind of talk. Somebody challenged me and said, Chidi, it is people like you. We should never have allowed the Anambra election to hold. But today, you are now, what are you doing about the Anambra governor? Nothing. The election held now, and the Anambra governor is taking over. And we are all saying, it's true. Soludo will do a good work. He will do a good work. Why couldn't you stop it? Because you couldn't stop it. Okay, you're angry. You want to show your strength. Chidi, people who talk like you talk weak. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will come to court. And you can't even come there. Come there and block the envoy. Come there, bring out your gun, bring out everything, and stop them from what they are doing. No, we still have to go through the legal means inside that same court. So when we talk like this, let us accommodate, listen to what I'm saying. It may not be the kind of things that you want to hear. Do you understand? It may not be the kind of things that you want to hear, but you have to begin to talk like this. You have to begin to present alternatives. Look, let me tell you something. It may not be, Toyota says, don't vote in 2023. We want referendum for separation. I agree with you. But how about in the past, when we did this kind of a thing and we did not get it, what happened? I'm telling you, a lot of people will not see these things the way I'm seeing it. We want referendum. We want separation. But I swear to you, no government as you have it today will grant that referendum that we are looking for. They will not give us a referendum. And they are in cohort with United Nations, with America, with United Kingdom. If they wanted, because they know what will happen when they give that referendum. I think it's time we begin to seriously talk or think about getting some kind of power. Because if we are able to, can you imagine? For instance, right now, I don't trust the 1999 Constitution. I don't trust the elect. Yes, Toyota, I agree with you. I don't trust the electoral system. Remember, I contested for governorship. I don't trust them. I don't trust them. But what will you do? Would you rather look? I want it to be there. I want us to begin to explore this. Okay, ask me now. If by some, I don't know what will happen. But if by some arrangement, someone like Mazen Nnamdi Kanu gets into a position of leadership, by some political arrangement, I don't know what will happen, but don't always rule it out. I have seen so many places. Look at Benazir Bhutto. Look at Nelson Mandela. So many people who have come back from exile and had to lead their country. So many people who have had to come out of prison to lead their country. What if by some arrangement, somebody like Sowore becomes the president? What do you think will happen? What if by some arrangement, somebody like Mazen Nnamdi Kanu becomes the president? What do you think will happen? That's what I'm trying to tell you. I played a video for you, and that was my interview with Omoyele Sowore. I asked him point blank, how come you are always one Nigeria according to people? They say, because I know what he said, but for the benefit of other people who don't understand, I asked him that people say you believe in one Nigeria, one indivisible Nigeria. Why is that so? Okay, I hear there's a ruffling noise. Sorry. There's also there's a sound coming from the fan on my laptop, so I hope that's not the sound. But let me try some things. I hope it's much better now. So do you understand? Someone says we can have election when we have Nnamdi Kanu and Sunday Igboho in prison. We can have election when we have. That's what I'm trying to say now. We need to. It can't be. Even Omoyele Sowore, you can't keep Omoyele Sowore in Abuja and have an election. You can't. You can't keep Sunday Igboho there trapped in Benin Republic and have an election. You cannot have Mazen Nnamdi Kanu in prison and have an election. That's why when you begin to push that these people have a right to decide whether they want to participate or not, I'm not even saying they must. But when you begin to indict the government, then the whole world will see that, because we know very well what is happening. We know that the government wants to keep Mazen Nnamdi Kanu there till after 2023. Whether they can do it, whether they can achieve is another story. But let me tell you, that is their plan. Their plan is to keep Sunday Igboho under lock and key till after 2023. And definitely their plan is to make sure that Omoyele Sowore cannot leave Abuja to anywhere until 2020. How can he, assuming now that Omoyele Sowore wants to run for presidency, how can he campaign sitting in Abuja? It's not possible. It's not possible. And you say we can't have an election when we, of course. That's why they must be out. They must all be released. They must all be allowed to exercise their fundamental human rights. They must be allowed to do that. But in a situation where you are just going about, did you hear that woman? You know that elections are not done in Nigeria. They just select. They just select and rig the election and make sure that the person they selected becomes the president. Same thing with the governors. Today in Enugu State, the only thing they are more concerned about, the only thing they are more passionate about is, listen to me, it is not finding the man who is most credible enough to be the next governor of Enugu State. That's not what they are saying, no. What they are saying is, who is the person that the governor has appointed? Can you imagine? This is a democratic system. We have turned democratic system. That's why when people come near me with all this talk about who do you think, you know, I ran for governorship in Enugu State. Oh, Chidi, you know, they have zoned it to these people, they have zoned this to these people. That's exactly what that woman is talking about. I'm saying, are you kidding me? Are you serious? Are you truly serious? When you guys are waiting to see whom the governor of the state has put his blessings on, like the governor is now chief of the state. The governor is now the spiritual leader of the state. And whoever he blesses, and of course, he will give his blessing to somebody who has been licking his ass, somebody who will never probe him. That's what they do. That's what the governors are doing. It's so shameful. It is so absolutely shameful that is the only thing people are concerned about. That I was actually discussing with someone yesterday. He was tracing for me how the governors had selected their people. How Chimaroke Namani selected Sullivan, and Sullivan became the governor because Sullivan served him very well. How Sullivan selected Governor Ugwanyi, and how Ugwanyi will now put his blessings on somebody else. And for all, no wonder now, you know, I used to say during campaign, why are you guys complaining? Why the hell are you complaining? What did you expect? What do you expect? You expect that all of these people will come in and will want to impress anybody? Why would they impress anybody? Why would they do a good job? Is it so that you will make a choice based on what they did? No. It is not by voting that these people are selected. They just appoint who they want to be, and the whole party will follow the person, and they will rig the election, and the person will go there. Do you want to talk about local government chairman election? Somebody called me on the phone the other day and said, brother, I want you to, because, you know, they convince the governor, they give governors bribes. You know how much they pay a governor to be able to endorse a council? So a governor sits down. If you don't know, let me tell, I'm not telling you that a governor, by the way, it is not INEC. The INEC, the federal INEC that conducts local government elections, just in case you don't know, from chairman to councillors. No, it is the state INEC. So each state is independent. Can you imagine that kind of mischief? So that the governor has control over the INEC in his state, that is conducting the elections. I think they have a name for them that is not INEC. So the governor will sit down with his pen and paper, and he will decide which person will win the local government chairmanship of every single local government chairman will have to be endorsed by the governor. And I kid you not, the same way that list is compiled, that is the same way the results will be released. I kid you not. Everybody who is on the governor's list, that is the people that will become the chairman of the local government. So they are just stooges of the governor. And go and look at the quality of the people that become those local government chairmen. Touts, agberos, political thugs. You know, when you go to run for election, they tell you come and sit down here and carry briefcase. You've not carried briefcase for anybody. You want to go and win a post. So it is these people who have been carrying briefcase since. They are the people that end up becoming local government chairman. What a shame. How can that person perform? Sometimes they spend so much money to get to that position, to be endorsed into that position. When they take over, what do you think? They need to recoup their money. When the federal allocation for the state comes to each state, do you know how that allocation is broken down? Do you know the people that eat that money? Go and ask them and make them tell you. Because you don't know. By the time you understand it, you'll be so angry. You'll be so angry. Listen to me. I'd rather we have a revolution. That is purely what I want to. Let's not mince words. What I want is pure revolution. I don't even want an election to hold. But what I'm telling you is that if you ever want to consider an election, when all of these things have happened, if you ever see what I am projecting my thoughts. So I don't want people to misunderstand what I'm saying. I am projecting my thoughts. I'm saying, what if? And I'm saying this based on what I see happening right now. Every day you see people propping up Tinubu. No, I don't want to hear about Tinubu. Why? Is that the best that we have? When we have people like Sowore, when we have people like Kanu, when we have people like Igboho, these are people that we see that are fighting for us. In the past, when I talk like this, when we were very, very highly divided, everybody was blaming everybody for their tactics. Some people thought, oh, Sowore didn't do this. Sowore doesn't support the Yoruba people. So the enemy was very happy. Oh, the reason why Sowore is in prison is because he didn't do this. In fact, Sowore should have left the country. That's what everybody said, including myself. Oh, let me tell you the truth. There was a time I begged Sowore, you need to leave this country by any means. He said, Chidi, let me tell you something. You know I do investigative journalism. I know every single spot that people used to leave Nigeria. If I want to leave this night, I'll be in Benin Republic or another place. Within hours, I can do that. Give me 2 hours, I'll be out of Nigeria. Max. I can do that. But I'm not going to do it. What point am I trying to make? That when they say Sowore should run, that he doesn't know anything, that's why. Until they saw Mazi Kanu rendition from outside the country. At that time, I clear some people. Now, when we talk about Sowore, you will listen. And for some people, when they felt, oh, Mazi Kanu's method was too harsh, it was too strong. Mazi Kanu like this, like this, that. And then they saw them trying to kill Omoyele Sowore. It's like, man, it's true. We need a harder thing. Then Sowore called for revolution. I said, okay, now we're talking. Or is this Sunday Igboho? Some people say, oh, you know what? It's better when you're gentle. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is always talking war, talking this, talk about ESN, show ESN with gun. That's why the federal government is coming after you guys. You IPO people, you don't understand. Don't do this, don't do that. That's why the government is fighting you. Sunday Igboho was peaceful in his house, peacefully congregating with his members and his supporters in his house. They came inside there, they shut up the place, they killed people. Didn't you see the blood that was on the ground? He escaped narrowly with his life. So what point am I trying to make? It is not by how gentle you are. It is not whatever method you prefer to choose. These guys don't like you. They want you dead. You don't have anything to do with them. But as long as we're still there, as long as we're existing in a place that they control, we must put all our skills on the table, must put everything forward. And don't disregard the one I'm saying. You say, no, this method is not going to get us anywhere. Let me still remind you that you still had to go to court to defend Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, even though you don't believe in Nigeria, even though you do not believe in what is going on there. And let me go back to the question that I asked Omoyele Sowore. Omoyele Sowore said, no, I don't believe in one indivisible Nigeria. I believe that there is always opportunity to tear down the whole place and start from scratch. You have to give people that freedom. If people don't want to stay in Nigeria, you have to grant them a referendum. That's all he keeps saying. And when he explains further, he said, but what he is saying is that when you split the country into different groups without taking care of, which is almost in line with what somebody is saying, are you talking about election when we have not cleaned up the place? That's the kind of ideology that Sowore has. He says, if you divide the people, if you divide the nations and their people all go to their nations, they will go there and still do the same thing that they were doing in the bigger Nigeria. Because guess what? There's no particular land called Nigeria. It is your local government area. It is your councillorship. What do they call it? Your council. We are all the ones that make up that big Nigeria. Do you understand? So it is a time that we must keep talking. We must keep propping these people forward. It may not make sense right now. It may not sound like the things you're used to, but it's okay. People may not get it now, but you get it later. And as things begin to unfold, and we begin to see where, because right now we don't know where things are going. Things are a little bit fluid. And the ones that have been drowning my ear is all these senseless, clueless people that are coming out to run for presidency. Where were you all the time? That's always my question. Where did you go when the freedom fighters were sacrificing their membership? Where did you go? Or you don't know that it's because of the activities of all those comrades that makes the government be on its toes. Imagine if we did not have opposition all over the place. Imagine if we were not protesting. Imagine if Sunday Igboho did not do what he was doing. Imagine if we did not have ESN. Imagine how this country would have been. The only thing that held them a little bit is because of all the activities that we're engaged in. And that's why we must not stop. We must just keep on challenging these people, keep on pushing our ideas forward, keep on experimenting, exploiting a lot of things. But one thing is for sure, we cannot leave the political space empty for them to just come and defecate and do anything they want. At the end of the day, it will come and start affecting us. No, we need to be proactive. That's what I'm telling us. We need to be proactive. Let them be the ones in the defense. Why must we always be the ones in the defense? Always reacting to what they talk, always reacting to what they do. It's not fair now. It's absolutely not fair. They have to be the ones that are in the defense. We have to take the fight to them. We cannot keep saying, okay, we will say we won't go for election. We will give our demands. But however, what if they do not comply to those demands? What would you do? What would you do? Someone says, Nnamdi Kanu, no change of clothes. Yes, may God treat you the way you are treating Nnamdi Kanu. Yes. You see? Wicked people. Very wicked people. So that is my argument. My argument is that these people, they are so different. These people are the kind of people that our society needs right now to be able to take them from where they are to where they need to be. If we go ahead and recycle old, tired, discontinued leaders, you don't know that in a human being there can be the discontinued version. You're discontinued now. When everything has fallen apart, you're still patching yourself. Look at Tinubu. Look at him walking. Look at him shriveled, running to. His own is even going to be worse. He hasn't even won the election. He's already running to London. What will he do when he wins the election? What? And yet you see young, energetic men and women ready to take up positions. And those ones, you just push them aside. Guys, that's my broadcast for today. If you didn't hear anything more, I'm just telling you to brainstorm. Begin to reason with me. How would it be if we had Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in leadership? Even change the name of the country. Okay, if your problem is the name of the country, imagine if he became the president and he just turned around and changed the name of the country. Imagine how that would be. Imagine if he had Sowore as his vice president. Or imagine that after they sat to a meeting, they came up with a consensus. And we are now watching Moele Sowore as the president and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as the vice president. Just imagine it in your heart for me. That's all I'm saying. That's all this is about. Okay? You don't have to agree with me now, but when they are also talking about these other people, let them be talking about our own people. Okay? Every other demand that we are pushing for, I'm not saying we should stop it. We should never stop it. Everything we're asking them for, let us keep pushing in that direction. But let's not leave the election area empty. Let's find a way, because I've seen it happen once, I've seen it happen twice, I've seen it happen the third time. That because we did not contribute, because we were not proactive, these things just come and pass us. I'll have to sit down and complain about everything. Anyway, thank you so much for hearing me out. I'm going to be here tomorrow, 1 p.m. Toronto time, 7 p.m. Lagos time, for an interview with our guest, Gabi. On behalf of all of us here in the Toronto studios of Worship Media, on behalf of Dr. Erica, my name is Chidi. I love you guys. Please always support us. Remember to subscribe, click on the notification bell, send us a comment, and give us a thumbs up. I love you guys. Bye-bye.